You have traveled across a decent portion of Calshire actually to get here, fairly uneventfully. Traveled across a decent portion of Calshire actually to get here, fairly uneventful.
That's never good to hear from your
was
GGO.
unmuted.
No, what's never good to hear from your DM is, ooh, this'll work.
That was supposed to be in token layer. Alright, so you come across a meager hamlet. It's not very big. There's only really a handful of buildings in this town. It's sort of in like these lowlands where it's kind of too low to really farm properly because water sort of collects. They must have had to build. They've built like ditches through the town to make sure that the town itself does not actually like flood. You can kind of see on the hill behind the town. You can see the bastion in the distance. Most of the buildings here look like homes. There's one that's kind of bigger than the rest of them. Surprisingly, there's actually a tavern here, even though it's such a small, kind of isolated town. And what looks like some kind of like a store. It sort of has like, it looks like the store portion of it's really just out front, and it's more of like a house.
Okay.
Okay.
I say let's just go to the tavern first.
Okay. You enter the tavern. It doesn't have a name marked on it, but it has a small image of a mug with ale in it out front. The inside, it's fairly small. The tables are mismatched, and the chairs aren't all the same. And in fact, there's a couple of sofas and stuff like that, just sort of about. It's a very casual-looking place. There is a bar. Behind it stands a woman with deep red hair, a very fair complexion, a long but thin nose adorning her soft face. She has rather gifted assets, and in her eyes there sparkles the color of violet.
So where'd that go?
I don't recognize you all. I'm Aleander, owner of the tavern. Sit down,
my
come
name
here.
is Toby. I was wondering if you had any extra rooms.
Oh, rooms,
Wait,
we actually
hold
don't
on.
have any rooms here.
Didn't you say this was the town Perudo was from?
No.
Oh, that's a different place, okay.
Yeah, a different place. Perudo is actually from a small town right outside of the capital city.
Okay, I completely cut out. I didn't hear what you guys said.
It wasn't really important anyway.
There aren't any rooms.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Aleander says, "I'm sorry, we don't actually have any rooms. We have one room, and it's sort of under constant lease from one of the villagers here. He just basically lives there now. But welcome to the Timbled Rass, anyways.
That's fine. Question. We know of some from our order. You're from Lastwall, right? Keep forgetting the name.
Yeah, they were at
and
Lastwall.
they came through this way, or at least should have.
Oh, the other Outlanders that came through. Yes, they like yourself wore very shiny armor and carried large weapons. They were very confident in themselves. I told them not to go up to the bastion. Nasty goblinoids up that way. Plenty of eager warriors been through to conquer it. I ain't seen any return so far. I told them not to go, but I haven't seen from them since.
Death by goblins. That's not a good fate.
Not goblins. I said goblinoid. These ones are big and muscular and very powerful, it seems.
Kind of go to the other and say, think they're hobs or bugs?
Do you know better than me?
Revedare says,
I don't have a clue. All I know is they're green, they're ugly, and the last one almost ran me over with a cart.
Revedare, the sword, speaks up, or Radivare, sorry, speaks up and says, well, actually, Sorry, what's your character's name? I can't
Mine?
remember. Noros.
Oh.
Perudo. The sword speaks up, and Aleander's clearly off-put by this, because she cannot figure out who's talking. Aleander, Radaver says, "Actually, Perudo, they're orange. From what it sounds like, I believe they're bugbears. Hobgoblins, though closer to the size of humans than goblins are, they're still shorter in stature and typically more of like a leaner muscle structure. By the description of muscular, I'm going to have to go with bugbears, which are, in fact, orange."
That still doesn't change the fact that one of these goblinoids tried to grab me with a cart.
Yeah.
I also noticed the person is a little taken aback, so I would explain to them that who you heard there was my blade.
Who?
My
Your
sword.
His
blade?
sword talks.
That's certainly peculiar. Outlanders are strange folk.
Well, we've learned that it's extremely helpful most of the time.
Well, pull up a stool and I can get you some drinks if you'd like. Anything else you need help with?
No, at the moment I believe we're fine. So,
Well, if you need drinks, come on back to the Timbled Rass. Best drinks in town.
I'm gonna ask her if she knows where we can find a place to stay.
A place to stay, the blacksmith might be able to put you up in his house for a while. His sons have recently moved out to the big city. He's a bit of a gruff man, but he's got a heart of gold, really. It's a great town. You really should stay. I think that Grust the blacksmith, he should be able to put you up for a little while.
we may be in town for a bit. We do have to take care of the bastion, as it'll be home to a new lord and lady.
A new lord and lady, you say? Coming to
Yes,
stay at the old bastion.
Long story short, their wedding, neither of them will be taking their respective kingdom's kingship, though they needed a place to stay, and our order had this old bastion, so we kind of are giving it as a, shall you put it, wedding present, I would assume.
I'm not to be upset or anything. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just kind of worried that royalty moving in next door could upset our quaint little town here. But either way, what will come to pass will come to pass, I suppose. She kind of just goes back to cleaning some dishes. She keeps an ear open, though, in case you guys start talking to her again.
I'll talk to her. I'll say, well, the Hallower family is far from being the bratty noble type. If you're worried about that, and I'm sure they'll treat this area nicely.
Well, that is promising. So they're not like the more snobbish types, like the Bennets, then?
He'll say, "Oh no, they're nothing like them. The Bennets are an interesting family, but the Hallowers are much different from them."
You know, I've actually heard that the youngest of the Bennets has been out making a name for herself out down in the Konar Valley. I heard she slew a dragon, actually.
Would I be able to know this, or?
You've heard some rumors that that Nora Bennett, the youngest noble in the Bennett family, and a small group of her followers, managed to slay a dragon actually in the Arkhag Mountains, which does sound rather peculiar. Dragons aren't really known for being in the Arkhag Mountains as much as they are in the Korlek Mountains. Not to mention, the story says that the dragon was black. Not most black dragons tend to live in swamps, not in mountains, especially icy ones.
I said it was hogwash, but then someone told me they had its head mounted on a wall in their establishment.
How grisly.
To each his own, I guess.
I suppose that Barvush, the town hunter, I guess he mounts the heads of animals that he manages to catch on the wall. I suppose it's not so different.
So, you said there's been many that have gone to try to take the bastion?
Yes, before recently there were several groups that have come through, new eager adventurers, farmhands who saved up enough money to buy a sword, and apprentice wizards and such like that, seeking to make their fortune or fame by going and clearing out some old, decrepit place and claiming it as their own. Some of them came looking to try to mark themselves as lords by taking it over. Some of them tried to come and prove themselves to your order to no avail. Some of them just wanted to loot the place.
Some people just need to leave it to the professionals.
As it stands, I haven't seen anyone come back at all.
That's not reassuring, but we've faced our own hordes in our past. Well,
Oh, and
stay with
if you see a balding man with kind of blackish brownish hair and wearing no shoes out there, don't talk to him. He's not the brightest one.
What do you mean by that?
town drunkard or town idiot or both.
To put it crudely, yes, he's the town idiot. He's very confident, though. He's very sure that he's a self-proclaimed prodigy, but he's just not right in the head, you know?
Well, thank you for the info, man.
Other than that, enjoy your stay. If you're looking for things to do, I can always give helpful pointers for what's fun to do around town.
Thank you, my lady, but we probably have a few more pressing matters to our own.
Alright,
I'll just give her 5 gold.
She seems confused why you're giving her money. I'm sorry, I said I don't have any rooms. Did you need drink and food, maybe?
Maybe a bit later, but I've noticed some of your furniture is not matching, and I don't think you mind that much, but if there are nobles going to be about,
oh yes, it's really not
fancy
a
that.
problem of money. It's just it's so hard to get anything to be put out here. We don't have a carpenter here in town, or a spinster. Is that the right? That's not the right word. Fabric person.
I know what you mean.
It's not a spinster, it's a spinstress.
Spinstress?
I
I don't know, something like that. Anyways, yeah, just or them in town. So it's just hard to get a furniture that matches. Really, we sort of just have to take what we get from traveling merchants who have a chair or something to spare.
Well, regardless, so my pizza's coming. I'll just if I go back, I won't take it.
I love that. That's all fine. My pizza's
Yeah,
coming. I got
She'll allow you guys to eat and drink anything you guys want while you're in town. Oh, how long do you think you'll be in town, by the way? Do you think you'll be here through the weekend? It's kind of midweek right now.
Not sure. Depends on how much the Bastion gives us problems.
Well, if you make it to Saturday, you should all come to church with the town.
That sounds like a fair offer. Well, if we're here around then, I know I'll take you up on that one.
We've got a mighty fine pastor. You'd love him. Anyways, enjoy your stay.
Well, thank you very much, miss.
Alright. You exit the tavern to enter again into the sort of like middle area of the town. There's really not much. There's sort of a ring of houses and buildings, and then there's like another ring around that, and that's about it. As you exit, you do notice that there's a couple of children who kind of were on the fringes of houses that sort of scurry off after you guys leave the building again.
Well, at least they teach their children to be safe.
Or paranoid, says Rediver. Don't they know a knight when they see them? Knights aren't exactly known for slaughtering children. Rediver says a little too loud.
This is a little too loud. Yes, my friend, but it is in the area out in these parts not necessarily uncommon for one to teach their children to be wary of strangers.
Bunch of uneducated backwoods hillbillies, if you ask me.
You're acting like
Snobby
some of them
sword.
have a choice in the matter.
I'm assuming we brought my squire in the cart along with us.
Yeah, he's just sort of waiting outside.
I will go to the blacksmith to try to secure him a place. So while we're at the bastion, he's got somewhere to be.
Alright, you go to the... You assume that the closest thing to the blacksmith that there must be the house that has different metal gear for sale outside. It's mostly pots and pans. Every once in a while, maybe a fireplace poker. Just basic household goods, stuff like that. He's clearly not some sort of weaponsmith or anything. When you get there, he's actually outside polishing some of the things on the porch, and he turns to face you. Let's see real quick. He's sort of rough, and he kind of grumbles under his voice when he talks to you. He has dark grayish hair and a beard that would probably be a lot longer if it didn't seem so burned and singed at the end of it. A pair of violet eyes peer at you judgingly out from under his pair of bushy eyebrows. By his clothes, you can tell he's a smithy. Outsiders.
Hello, friend. I was told that you may have a room.
I might. What does you need it for?
Well, my squire here, he's more in charge of our horses than anything else at the moment. And we are going up to clear out the bastion.
Squire, eh? You some of those night folk? Where is you from?
We are Knights of Lastwall.
Haven't heard of it.
My friend, we've been a knightly order for many a generation.
I ain't heard of you. Either way, not my business. I suppose you could bunk in one of the old rooms. Kinda looks at him. Seems like a nice lad. What about all you? You need rooms too?
Maybe for
you
the
have a room.
night. But we would be most likely heading to the bastion at earliest morning.
At this, he kind of seems a little bit annoyed, not angry, but he's just sort of like furrows his brow and says, "Outsiders best do what we do. Stay in town. Don't try any heroics. That's what keeps getting them adventurers killed. You should stay in town. You been to the Timble Grass? Find booze. Keep you busy instead of going to that damned bastion."
Does he seem to be an older gentleman?
He's middle-aged. His hair is certainly graying, but it's not gray yet. He looks like he's probably a bit older than you would guess by his hair color, but just he seems like he's making it into his age quite well.
Okay. I ask him for how long those have been trying to free the bastion.
Every few years now, there's some group of idiots come through and think that I can take it out, I can clear the place. Even before the bugbears moved in, they had no chance.
What do you mean before the bugbears?
Well, I don't know what was up there before, but none of us went to find out. Lights turning on in there at night, stuff like that. Who knows, maybe it was the bugbears the whole time, I'm not sure. We only started seeing them a while ago, though.
Have they ever raided the town?
Surprisingly, no, actually. They just sort of stay up there, watching over us, looking at us.
Alright.
From what I can tell, though, I think the father, his prayers at church have been what's keeping him out of this town. I think that by us being good townsfolk and going to church like we oughta, except for him, just sort of doesn't really gesture at anybody in particular, but you can have the idea that he's talking about an individual. Except for him, we all go to church every Saturday, and I think the gods have given us grace and kept them from attacking our village.
Yes, I have seen the power of the gods before. It is quite wondrous.
By the way, I don't have enough rooms for all of you, so you'll have to bunk together.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem.
Just let me know whenever you want to. Don't want you snooping around my house. So, I'll let you in when you want to go to bed. I'll let you out in the morning.
That's fine, sir. Okay. So, you've got rooms at least for the night. And I got a place for my squire to be.
Maybe we should try to find. I mean, keep this open, but maybe we should try to find somewhere else because he doesn't really seem to want us to be here.
He doesn't seem like he wants us to go up to the bastion.
You get the impression that more he's just kind of like, he thinks that you're probably foolish than he doesn't like you. In fact, you actually get the impression that he seems kind of glad to have some company again, though he doesn't really want to admit it.
Okay.
As you guys actually go to leave, if you go to leave somewhere else, he'll just be like, and don't be strangers. I know that we might not be used to outsiders, but it doesn't mean we hate them or anything.
I'm gonna ask him if he wants some help with his job. Like, I don't know. I don't know what blacksmith. And my character doesn't know what blacksmiths do really either. But just ask if he wants help.
He'll go like, I'm fine.
Okay.
You actually will notice he doesn't really seem to have a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
Blacksmith in a small town, he's probably made everybody their stuff and is...
Mostly just fixes things whenever they need fixing. Makes new ones when they can't be fixed. That's about it.
Anyways, do we see the church? Or could...
You're not actually sure. You don't see any church, no. But there is one house that's bigger than the rest of them. Besides that, it's just a bunch of houses. A couple of grain silos off near the edge of town, stuff like that.
He mentioned that it was a father, right? The person that's in charge of the church.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the father is what they... Yeah.
I'll ask him that I was wanting to speak with... I wanted to go check with the father. Which home is theirs?
Oh, people don't generally bother the father except for on Saturday. If you stick around until Saturday, you'll just ask anybody and they'll bring you to his house. But for the time being, let him have his rest. He does quite a lot for the town, you know.
Alright. Check that in the mark of odd category.
Well,
alright.
this town seems pretty interesting.
So are we adventuring out tomorrow to the bastion, or are we going to check it out today?
About what time is it in game?
It's kind of like 6 p.m. ish. It's
I
summer,
hope
so you've still
tomorrow.
got a decent amount of daylight, but you'll notice, by the way, actually, as you're kind of standing around loitering on the guy's porch, you'll notice a couple of violet-eyed kids sort of peering their heads around the corner at you guys.
I'm gonna walk over and greet them, trying to be relatively friendly looking.
They just sort of look at you.
Alright, what's with you two? See something interesting?
You're not from around here. You're
Was it that
outlanders.
obvious?
Why do you come here?
We're here to protect you from some bad guys that are real close.
Mama says outlanders only come here to go die at the Bastion.
That's because they don't leave it to the professionals.
I don't think you're gonna be any different from the rest of them.
I'll tell you what,
I've seen bigger, stronger ones come through.
stronger, not smarter.
They scamper off.
Just gonna chuckle, stand up, look back at the group and go, these guys really have a lot of confidence in us, don't they?
Well, if you've lived in a town that's seen... Are we still within earshot of the blacksmith?
Yeah.
What would you say? 50 or above adventurers going in there, their deaths?
Not sure it was quite that high, but it's in that range.
You'd have low confidence too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, fair enough.
Radiver just goes, and the statistics would point that way, yes. By the way, at Radiver speaking, Grust, the blacksmith, sort of jolts back and hits the back of his head on the pan and goes, "Oh, fuck! The hell was that?"
A talking sword.
I
Don't
apologize,
ask,
good
I
sir.
stopped questioning it years ago.
I apologize, good sir. I didn't mean to startle you. Fucking outlanders.
I'm just like, don't ask. I stopped questioning it years ago.
Anyways, anything else you guys want to do while you're in town?
I'd like to stop by the church to check it out.
Again, you don't see any church.
And there's no one telling us where it is. So,
You could always ask somebody else.
well, we
I'm gonna
could.
go back to the tavern.
Okay. Aleander's still standing at the bar. There's actually a couple people in the bar now. One gentleman kind of looks like he's around 18 or so. Kind of long brown hair, violet eyes, bit of a short guy. The other one looks like he's pretty, much bigger. He's kind of bald, but he has like a nice big mustache. He's just sort of like, he's kind of obviously pounded back a couple beers by now. He kind of looks over at you, like all slurred and kind of wobbly. He's probably not been drinking beer. He's probably been drinking something else out of beer mugs. He does manage to finally let his eyes focus on you guys long enough to be like, "Oh, I don't recognize any of you."
You said their eyes have all been violet so far?
Mm-hmm.
I've been noticing a theme.
Even the blacksmith?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna ignore him and just sit at the counter.
Oh, be like, well, let's see how it is. And he turns back to the bar. Aleander says, "So, how did it go with Grust?"
He let us stay there for a while. I did have some more questions, though, if you'd be willing to answer.
Oh, of course.
Is everyone in this village somewhat, like, related? I noticed a lot of you have a peculiar eye color.
I'm sure quite a few of the families have some relation at some point in the past, but we actually, for quite a while, we had people moving in and out, actually. It was only when the trade routes from Ishwan changed from going up towards the ports to go off the mainland to mainly just going to Sedu, where we stopped seeing any travelers come through, and since then we really haven't had anybody settle. But that was only about 20 years ago.
So have you? No, I'm not gonna ask that. I'll say. So is there any type of religion you guys worship? I know small towns tend to follow the same thing.
Oh yes, the church is so great. We have church every Saturday. It's, I don't know. It's just church to me. You should come. I've never really known anything different than it. So, I don't know really how to explain it. It's we go and we worship and we pay homage to our god.
What god is that?
Xander.
I'm gonna roll a knowledge religion check. Yikes! Intelligence. Oh, nice. I was like, intelligence. Don't fail me now.
You've never heard of a god called Xander?
Okay. Out of character, I want to ask something, but I don't think my character would understand. Okay, I've never heard of that much before, but maybe it's something a little outside of mainland Kalshire. I've never been too far from the big city myself, unless on missions like this.
Well, the father says he's not a very widespread god, but he watches over these hills that we live in. He watches over our fields, and that's good enough for us.
Oh, you said he, as in the father? You worship him?
No. The father said Xander's not a very far-spread god.
I see. I'll just kind of think for a bit, and I'll ask for an ale.
I'll pat the guy that who's kind of offended a bit and say, "Hey, how about I buy you a drink?"
Well, I don't normally like Outlanders, but any Outlander who's handing out free booze is a friend of mine. She'll come back with an ale and another mug of something and just say, "Here you go, Pete." You really shouldn't drink this much, especially this early, but...
Hey, even if there's still daylight, night's still young.
Damn straight. Besides, I was the one who farms all the potatoes you used to make this anyways.
On an out of character note, I absolutely hate vodka, I found out.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, just out of character, I tried it once, and it tastes like a French fry soaked in hand sanitizer.
It
That's the
tastes
only
like what
way
I
can
imagine
describe
like
it.
cleaning supplies taste like.
You guys had some really bad vodka.
No, like, I could taste the potato part of the vodka, but the alcohol was just like, it tasted the way hand sanitizers taste. Like, ever put hand sanitizer on your hands and just, inadvertently...
I mean, it
lick a finger or
tastes like
something?
rubbing alcohol smells.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Which I
Yes.
imagine is because it's basically just alcohol.
Well, yeah.
It's alcohol and
It's
water and
40%.
potato.
It's 40% alcohol if you get the good stuff.
But anyways,
20% if you get the bad stuff. But no, yeah, I've had a good vodka. It takes a lot of the gym sock taste out of it for it being a better quality. But if you don't like the burn from the alcohol, it doesn't matter how good of a vodka it
yeah,
is.
not a fan of the burn.
Actually, to be completely honest with you, a lot of the higher end, higher volume alcohols, if you don't like that burn, just stay away from them.
Bourbon wasn't that bad.
What was it?
Made my mouth go numb, but besides that,
Sip.
I was like,
I can't
this
feel-
is why people rub bourbon on babies' gums when they're teething.
just numb.
But anyways, yeah, the younger looking one will kind of go, "Come on, Pete, let's get out of here. I don't want to be here when Boar shows up for his daily drink. He's gonna ramble on and on and on." Pete'll agree and follow the other guy out.
So who's the? It said boar.
Yeah.
So who's the? I asked the. Who's this boar?
When you ask that, the door swings open to reveal a balding guy without any shoes on, and one suspender draped limply over his shoulder, barely holding his pants up. And he says,
You told us about him, didn't you?
"Yes." And Aleander just says, "Hey, boy, how's it going? I'll take one of my usual." And he sort of like
And
puffs
does-
up his chest and sits down at the bar.
does
I
Boar
see
have
we've
the
got
violet eyes
company.
I ignore him.
too? Does Boar have the same colored eyes?
No, actually, he has green eyes.
Okay, we're I'm suspicious.
So, what brings you Outlanders to a shithole like this?
We've come to clear the bastion.
Oh, the Bastion. So, why do you think you all can take it on? I've seen quite a few come through here. I don't know if they actually went and tried or if they chickened out, but I haven't seen the Bastion get cleared so far.
Toby?
Oh. Max
Sorry.
is DCing.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. What I got when he first walked in. That's it.
Oh.
Long story short, he has green eyes, and he's asked us what makes us think we'll be able to clear the bastion.
Okay. Oh wait, so is he talking to me?
Just in general, I was more talking to him, but he's
Did you
loud.
respond?
No.
Okay, if no one responds, then Toby will say, "Well, I'm very confident in my team members' abilities. I think we work well as a team. That's what will lead us to victory in this situation."
Oh, you've got a leader. That's what none of the other teams have had. That's what I've been saying. You need a leader to have a team that works properly. Just like this town, we ain't got a leader. We've got a mayor, but we have no leader. I should be the leader of this town. I've got the knowledge that would help us to make more more crops.
Well, just because you may have more knowledge than someone else doesn't mean you're the best leader.
All right. You, my friend, I can see you are a scholar of philosophy just like myself.
His face gets a little red as he's embarrassed. Sure.
Boar just sort of like kind of gives you that look when somebody's like, right? And like they kind of lean their head towards you and look at you from the top of their eye sockets.
I look away from him.
Well, anyways, it's been good seeing you. I always welcome Outlanders. Makes the town less boring. Kind of stretches.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for him to leave, if he ever does.
He has a few drinks and he kind of talks your ear off about other various different subjects. He just keeps talking to you. He won't leave you alone. He's just. And I've always thought we should have like a town guard or something, like with the armor, like you guys, because you see the armor, it's made of metal, and metal's tough. So if it's tough, it won't get hurt by axes. And I think not swords either. So, but if we had a town guard with metal armor, or any armor really, or a guard at all, then we could protect ourselves in case the bugbears come down from the hill. I mean, it's gonna be any day now. The other villagers, they're not worried. They say, oh, Xander will protect us. Xander will protect us. There's no Xander. I'm like you guys. I'm smart like you all. I know there's no such thing as fancy magic creatures up in the sky watching down on us. There's no gods. I'm a man of science.
I'm gonna say, I think you're gravely mistaken, but I would like to discuss more of this with you. Do you have some time outside of this place?
Oh, I have plenty of time. I'm the town thinker. They just pay me to walk around town and think of things, and then I report back to the mayor and tell him my ideas.
Okay. I'll nod to the lady and I will leave.
Alexander will mouth "thank you" to you when you leave with him. So Toby and Boar head out the door together. Boar, by the way, contrary to his name, is sort of a lanky fellow. So he looks like a wimp, really. He's very much like a sort of a Marvel specimen at being bad. You get the feeling by talking to him and looking at him that he probably doesn't have any ability score above an 8. If that.
Purely mental or mental and physical?
Mental
stats?
and physical, really. Maybe his dex might be a little bit higher because he has to avoid getting hit. But I mean, besides that, there's not much.
Not even his constitution, because I don't know what stuff they drink around here.
No, he seems pretty tipsy after a couple beers.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Does anyone follow me?
Nope, you walk away with that sunshine on your
sitting in
own.
a tavern drinking a beer.
Radovan is just like, thank God.
Oh, I will.
I think Reese is going with you.
Okay.
I feel like I should take 1d2 points of intelligence damage just after that.
I'm just gonna walk, like, not outside the city, but just, like, far away where no one can, like hear us, like, on purpose.
You get to, like,
so no one can
the point when the road goes from, like, gravel to dirt, and he just sort of, like, stops on his toes and sort of wobbles forward and goes, "Oh, we almost left the town."
Why can't you leave the town?
There's bugbears up there. Who knows what fucking else is out here?
Right, so I want to talk more about this Xander god. Has he been here the whole time since you've been at this place?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me more about him?
Well, I actually don't know much about him. They keep saying that they wouldn't explain it as well as the father would, and that I'd be too stupid to understand anyways. But they're clearly joking with me. They just know I'm too smart. But no, I don't really know much about him actually. Now that you mention it, I don't think I really pay much attention to it when they talk about him. They just keep talking about the father. He tells us of Xander. Oh, that's the church. I don't even know what church is.
What out of the character? What day of the week is it?
It's Thursday.
Okay.
And if you ask
I'll
it in
look
character,
at-
it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday!
Okay, well, I meant like,
Yeah, I
it wasn't
know.
my character asking him.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, like, because you said out of character, and I was like, but if you ask
Right,
in character, it's Tuesday!
Oh, I see now. Okay. I'm gonna ask Tarek if he has anything to say. Do you have anything to say to this man?
You're an idiot.
Well, have fun, Tarek. I have to go to the bathroom, and I'll start walking away. And I don't go to the bathroom. I go back to the tavern.
Does Tarek stay with
You
Boar?
He goes,
He is drunk right now. But, so yeah. I assume you don't. No witnesses. Alright, so do you just sort of leave Boar standing there? Boar tries to follow you, but he trips on something and he loses you. Without you even running, by the way. You're just like walking leisurely back and he loses track of you. Don't feel too bad for him. As you get near the inn, you can hear him off in the distance. He's excited. He found a potato or something in the grass.
Oh, so he has a really high luck score, is what you're telling me. Uh, the gods do smile upon him in the worst way.
She's like the trickster god. Just this one's my favorite, guys.
He's an interesting fellow.
None of you better mess with him. Got that? But all his scores are negative. I know,
He
right?
should be dead.
Looks over at Death. Don't even try it.
Just sort of like standing off in the field, drooling and staring off into the sky.
His
Just one of the
charisma's
guys just
so
throws a
low,
rock
not
at him.
even
He's
Death
oh,
wants him.
Ooh, a rock.
oh, I bet there's gems in this rock. He just like runs off with it. The guy's like, I love that guy.
I love that guy.
Note
now
to
what-
self: get shiny marbles.
So, anyways, you guys make it back to the bar. A couple of the villagers have started coming in, sitting around on couches and stuff. Some of them just go behind the bar and help themselves and stuff like that. You get the feeling that people don't probably pay for stuff in this town because it's just so small. It wouldn't really make sense. It's not big
The
enough.
coin
to really
wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's not really big enough to support an economy.
Okay.
At least not secluded as it is.
I'm gonna ask her what people do around here when they're not going to church.
Well, mostly we're farmers. There's a couple people who mend clothes. They're not good enough to really make new ones, but they mend old ones. Then we've got a baker. We have one hunter, one butcher. Here at the tavern. My husband's a brewer. For the most part, we're just surviving out here. You know, make food, eat food. Pretty much it. We do have a mayor. He lives in the big house across the way from the tavern. Nice guy. Doesn't do much. We don't really mind. Whenever there's an argument or something, he settles it. Not much else to do besides that, but we might as well have a mayor. He helps out in the farms too, so, you know.
I'm just gonna ask one more question there. I'm gonna ask if like where the church is at. Like what building the church is in.
Oh, it depends on the day. We go around, different people host. We'll figure it out on Saturday. Somebody will come forth and say where we're going.
Okay. Well, I would definitely be interested to attend. Not many people know about this Xander deity, and I'd like to attend, and maybe we can put his holy text in the big city and spread his word.
That would be wonderful.
Is there anything you can tell? Is there anything you can tell me about him right now? Before the church, because we're gonna be, out adventuring, and
Oh well,
it'll be.
I don't want to scare
Let's
you
be
off from
honest,
going to the church.
With what the-
I'm no pastor, so I wouldn't really know how to explain it, and I don't want it to sound boring, you know.
I pat it's Toby, right?
Yeah.
I pat Toby. Don't worry, friend. If the way these, because I'm assuming I've been still talking to people about the Bastion as they've come in or whatnot.
I'll go up there. It's suicide.
Yeah,
Pretty much
this-
the response you guys get.
pretty much. And I've been since this pretty much town thinks it's a suicide run. We might not make it back for Saturday.
And that's why I'd like to hear about it now. Even if it does seem boring, I'm willing to listen.
I really would prefer
Jack or
not.
something?
Free to ask around for other people though. Maybe somebody else would.
Okay. Would you like me to interact with specific people or roll a general diplomacy check?
You can roll a general diplomacy check. You can also try to persuade her. Hello there, Sam.
I would like to roll a diplomacy check against her. Just like kind of with the whole thing that I said, like, oh, I don't care if it's
Okay,
boring.
go ahead.
No.
Yeah, no, she's not budging. She doesn't seem confident enough.
Is that my only one, or can I also roll a general?
You can
one?
also roll a general, yeah, to gather
Okay.
information and stuff. You do get a lot of people to talk about him. most of them kind of like, oh no, you should just listen to the father about him, blah blah. But like a bunch of them do kind of budge, but they give pretty general stuff. Oh, he's great. He watches over the area around Thrall. Wait, not Thrall. What is it? Thal, I think, is what I named the town.
Wrong.
Give me a
Whatever the name
second.
of the town is.
Something like that.
Troll. Watches over Troll. And a couple of them mention. I don't think he's worshipped anywhere but here. They say like he's the god of prosperity and he's a god of community and stuff like that. And they just sort of describe him as amazing and the best and stuff like that. They all really are super about church.
They all really like church.
Yep.
But
And more than a couple of them tell you that you should come to church on Saturday.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go back to the blacksmith and I'll just talk to him. But I mean, nothing I want to actually roleplay out unless you have something else.
I'm
nope.
fine with calling it a night and starting out for the Bastion in the morning.
Right.
All right.
I'm at this point intrigued
Yeah.
because they consider a suicide run.
All right. You head over to the blacksmith's house, and he puts you up for the night. And you do notice that after you've gotten into your rooms, and he's like, kind of like, "Oh, you're all set in there. Do you need anything?" And once you guys say no, he locks the doors from the outside. Or it sounds like he's locking. He's probably just pushing chairs up against them to make it harder for you guys to get out of them. He just seems paranoid that you guys will go snooping around in his stuff, really.
Right.
He does tell you he's doing it. He's not
Right,
trying to be
yeah.
secretive about it.
I'm not
Is that
gonna
like-
If something happens, just knock on the door real loud. It's not a big house. I'll hear you.
Okay.
How many rooms were there?
There were 3. One of them is pretty small, though.
I'll take the smaller one with my squire.
Rust is going to ask that Perudo stays in the small one.
Who to stay in the small one?
Perudo. I'm not
Say
having
what?
anything funny happen in my house at night.
Oh, trust me, there's not going to be anything.
Kind of just glares at you guys anyways. She sleeps in there. You guys can have the other 2 rooms.
Hey, a room to myself. That's a change.
Okay. I go to bed.
Alright. The night passes uneventfully. Let's see. Tarek and Toby, from your room though, you can notice that up on you can see out the window at night, and you can see up in the bastion there are what appears to be lights coming from inside windows in the bastion.
Toby is a little scared, but he doesn't say anything about it.
And if either of you know anything about bugbears, which I doubt Toby does, or Tarek actually, so never mind.
No, I know nothing.
So yeah, never mind. Neither of you know anything about bugbears, so
Yeah, my highest knowledge is religion at a +2.
yeah, you guys have pretty crap intelligences. So, anyways, the night passes uneventfully. He comes and lets you guys out of your rooms in the morning.
Okay, I'll thank him and start getting ready to go out.
As you guys are leaving, he says, "Hey, you best not be going up to that bastion. Stay in town or get out. I mean it."
Mm.
And he goes back inside.
Okay, I'm gonna talk over with the squad. Should we, because it is Friday, right, in game?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
can
Friday.
either wait a day and go to the church, or leave the town and have a chance of maybe not figuring out what this is. I'm just worried that these people are being tricked. Because there's many gods that I trust, and I've never heard of this one before. I'm a little suspicious.
I say we should check the bastion out first. If it's as much of a death trap as they think it is, we may need the extra day for planning.
Right, I'm just worried that, let's say we do clear the bastion and there's nothing off about it, just a few hobgoblins, they may not want us back in their village.
Well,
Bugbears, says Rediver.
yeah, I was about to say, bugbears. Two. And I'm honest about this. I don't think we might make it back. If it's as bad as they think it is.
Rediver mentions, he's like, I've actually been thinking and been reading through a couple of the books. I don't know about Xander either, which I know about a lot of things. And I've never heard about Xander. And just so you guys know, I don't know if we explained it or not, but Radivar is an intelligent sword.
Yeah.
And he is kind of like very smart, from what you guys can tell.
Mm-hmm. He's our wizard.
He like reads books and stuff like that too. He can kind of see independently of himself within like a 10-foot radius, 10 or 20 foot, I can't remember which.
20.
And he can read books even if they're like closed.
Okay. I'm gonna make a wisdom check. This isn't for anything in particular, it's just what my character is gonna say. I do think we should stay another night just because I feel like there is some sort of connection with the Bastion in this town. It seems a little strange the bugbears don't come down here and attack.
That is
I could
peculiar.
always take myself and, what's Nora's person's name?
Perudo.
Karudo and scout out the bastion. They don't actually have to go all the way up.
Right.
I mean,
I
my
think
job
that's a good
is
idea.
the scout.
Report back and I'll come up with some sort of excuse on why you're gone. I don't want them to know we're going to the Bastion yet.
If they have a problem with it, I won't come back in the town. It's not a problem with
Right.
me.
Make something up about us needing to use magic to get in touch with our order. I don't know, say something like the magical field isn't aligned right.
Alright, I'll come up with something. I'm sure I can talk my way out of it.
Alright. Mind you, my character doesn't know
Right,
anything
it just
about
goes,
magic,
oh,
which
by
is
the
why
way,
that would
the
be
correct
confusing.
terminology is ley lines, not magical fields.
Like they know the difference.
Fair enough. By the way, I've actually noticed there's a pretty strong ley line near here.
There
Runs
is.
straight through the bastion.
Hmm.
From what I can
Well.
tell, it's looks like it's aligned with, I think, conjuration, maybe? No, not conjuration. I can't tell, actually. It's just sort of a strong
Fireball
magic.
making?
Maybe slightly conjuration, not sure. It's hard to tell from this distance.
Fireball making magic?
Well.
Hiding magic? I don't know.
Oh, God, you know nothing about magic, do you?
I know that there's a specific type of magic that makes dead people walk. I know there's a type of magic that makes fireballs go boom.
Oh, you're hurting me. Why did I have to get created into the hands of an idiot who hangs out with more idiots?
I pat this. I pat this.
Wait. Conjuration magic. That's the magic they use to turn rocks into other rocks, right?
You're just trying to piss me off at this point. I'm not
He
gonna
does it at
listen to
least
you.
once a
La
week.
la 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 la.
Yes, my
That
little
one was
comment.
intentional. That one was her intentionally going, that's how it is, right? Just to mess with him.
It happens about once a week, buddy. You need to learn to deal with it a little bit.
The crossguard
Oh,
of the
and
sword
use, what is
furrows.
Necromantia to make what is it? Make the fireball spell?
Darden, I need you to unsheath me.
We're not stabbing her. We didn't
Unsheath
stab her
me.
last.
Unsheath me, Darden. She's a mage. She's a mage, I can tell.
I would
She's
say
gonna laugh and
her.
just keep going.
I would say her lack of knowledge of magic.
Make a will save. Darden, make a will save. The sword's trying to take control.
I am. Give me a second. Oh.
You unsheath Radovan. Make an attack
God damn
roll with -4.
Can I try to cast a spell before he attacks?
You can.
I'm gonna cast Knight's Calling, which compels him to attack me instead. So he needs to
Okay.
make another will save.
So make another will save.
You fail.
Alright. Make an attack with -4 penalty at Toby.
You miss.
The flat of Radovan's blade smacks against your armor. Damn it!
Radovan. We've tried this. You've tried this before.
Damn
you know
it!
How you know how it's gone before. We've discussed this multiple times.
If it weren't for the fact that we generally share the same purpose, I would have fucking taken control of you long ago. Unfortunately, the magic bound in me does not allow me to do it for long because you actually want the same general things I do. Anyways, let's get on with the day. Besides, I think the villagers are starting to stare at us.
I pat the sword. I pat the sword and go. Don't worry. As I sheath it, we're hanging out with her all day, so you two can become the best of friends.
Tarek, please switch duties with Darden.
I'm just gonna look at the sword and I'm gonna go, don't worry, I'll buy you the book with the longest words I can find.
Well, that is a very stupid way of putting it. That does sound nice.
It just sounds nice.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go find the village idiot and ask him to write me the book.
Village idiot.
Me, boy. Me, smartest of all the village.
Radovan. Oh, this book is starting out horrible already.
No,
that's it?
I'm not actually gonna go find the village idiot. It was just
So,
Alright,
anyways,
so
so
we-
you guys are splitting up then?
If the Noro's character does not have a problem with it.
Okay.
be right back, guys.
Okay, yeah. Darden and
Back in a sec.
the other one go off. Perudo.
What's up?
Go off for a little while. Toby and Tarek are still in town though. So what are Toby and Tarek up to at the moment?
I'm just gonna kind of, just walk around and try to help people if they want help. If not, I'm just gonna chill.
You sort of walk around for a while. You notice that some of the kids are playing in one of the yards. You walk past, and a little while later you hear a snap and a yell and some crying afterwards.
I will
I'm
run
back.
over and I will do lay on hands.
Okay, yeah. A kid looks like they were playing in a tree, and one of the branches snapped, and they fell out. They're crying a lot. Their leg actually looks like the bone in it has broken. You
I have to be more careful than that.
your healing touch, however, fully heals it, and the bone pops back into place without any pain given to them, and their tears dry up, and they look at you with their big purple eyes and say,
Thank you, Outlander.
No problem. But you need to be more careful next time because I'm not always gonna be here.
But
Also,
Xander always be here, right?
What do you know about him? I don't know much about him.
I don't know much either. I don't understand what happens at church. It's all boring.
What do they do there?
We pray. And we sing.
Uh,
And we worship.
How do you do that? Just with words?
We bow. And then we think for a long time.
Okay.
And then we look into his love.
Well, I'll definitely be there at church tomorrow with you guys, so
The kids
hopefully you don't
kind
get
of look at
hurt
each
in the
other
morning.
all happily, and they scurry off. The one that you healed kind of looks back at you and waves to you and says, "Thank you."
Toby is more scared now.
You turn around to find yourself face to face with a chest. A big guy, very tall man. Looks kind of middle-aged. He's pretty well built. He looks like he was probably even more well built at one point in time, but like he's sort of like let himself go a little bit. But he's still really muscular and stuff like that. He's blonde. He has a handsome, thick mustache and a solid jawline with stubble all over it. And he has happy and like pretty happy yet squinting eyes. You can barely make out the violet hue underneath them. He laughs heartily when you turn around and goes, "Ha ha ha! I saw what you did for the little kids there. That was a good job. I'm Belbin Moff, mayor of the town."
Well, nice
So-
to meet you. My name is Toby.
"Oh, I know about you, Toby. Toby of the Table of Toby from Lastwall. Lastwall
you
Knights
know
sent to our
about
little
us.
place. What brings you lot to our humble doorstep?" He says heartily.
Well, we've been sent here to clear out the bastion.
The Bastion? Why did they send you to do that?
Some of our friends went in there a while ago, and we're trying to get them back.
Oh, was that them, the lot that came in a couple weeks ago? Yeah,
No,
we
this
told
is
them not
so.
to go up there. He kept saying we were
Right.
being weird and like we were hiding something. We told them not to go up there. The people don't come back, and they didn't come back either. So I'll say the same thing they'd say to them. Don't go to the Bastion. It's that easy.
Alright. We've heard it multiple times, but for right now, we're just gonna stay around. I'm interested in the church you guys have set up around this area, and I wish to document it and maybe put it in the big city.
Oh yeah. Well, the Church of Xander is actually already in other places. It's not known by Xander in other places though. I can't remember what it's called. It's a different name for a more popular god.
Can you think a little harder about that? I feel like I have some knowledge about other deities.
I think it starts with the. No, it's not. It starts with an S T. S or a T. I can't
I'm
remember.
gonna try to knowledge religion than that.
Okay.
Is there a T?
It'll be hard. Yeah, I don't.
You're pretty sure Iomade has a D near the end of it.
Okay. Not quite ringing a bell for me, but if you do know more about it, let me know. I'm quite interested, but
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
used to
attending
know
the
it,
church
but
tomorrow.
I can't remember it anymore. Sorry about that.
Is there any reason why the name has been changed?
It's just a local thing. That's what we've
That's
always
fair.
called it here. Kind of like how Aristotle in some parts is called Old Deadeye, stuff like that.
Alright.
Localisms.
Oh, question. So how's Noro and I's adventure? Are we gonna do that later? Once Noro's
Oh,
back?
yeah, I was about to cut away to that, actually.
I'm still here.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, my
Oh.
mom was just wondering why the Netflix was just all anime recommendations, and it's because they went to mine.
It's funny. Yeah. You let Belbin know if you need anything, though.
Thank you. I'll be around if you need assistance with anything. Yeah, no, also, I'm not wearing my armor, but I'm just gonna walk around.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright, cut away.
never fun. Ooh, creepy.
Lovebizpic.com.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, as you... Oh, kind of cut off at the top there, didn't it? Okay. But yeah. So, as you kind of... God, I can't ever fucking remember her name. Perudo. Is Noro actually here?
Yes.
Yes, I've been here the whole time.
I don't know. I remembered somebody left. I couldn't remember who.
It was me for a brief moment.
Anyways, as Perudo and and Darden make their way up the hill, they notice that it's kind of cloudier up here. From here, you can actually kind of see off in the distance. It's high enough up over the lowlands. You can kind of see off in the distance the ocean to the north. You can see off in the distance, way off in the distance. There's a city next to a forest. You guys will know that is. Give me a second. Carisbin. Or no, not Carisbin. That's Farson. It's a port town that trades between a. It trades up to an island nearby, and it also trades way up to the north. And that's why there's a couple of giant folk that live in Calshire. It's also where the Blade Mystics come from.
But anyways,
You
so
fucking-
in our approach, do we notice anything off?
Radaver will be like, oh, okay, I see now. The river, the river that's running past the bastion, that's where the ley line is, actually. Huh.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I wonder if maybe this river is caused by a conjuration anomaly. It could be that instead of a normal spring, since it's actually kind of at the top of a mountain, or top of a hill, I think that it's actually probably a create water spell, infinitely looping.
Interesting.
I'd like to check that out at some point.
We
You
could
will
go
notice,
look at it.
so are you guys moving stealthily up the hill?
Going to be trying to, yes.
Okay. Is Darden gonna trail behind Perudo, or...
Yeah, I'll stay behind because my stealth is a whopping 1.
Alright, Darden trails behind a little bit. Perudo, make a stealth check. Alright, you're able to move kind of between cover pretty easily. There's some trees and stuff as you go up this hill, and there's plenty of big rocks. You stay off the path and stuff like that. You can kind of see up ahead, there's actually a couple bugbears out front. There's 2 of them standing up front of the gates, sort of just arms crossed, guarding. You notice there are a few lights up in the in one of the towers and stuff like that. You can tell that the bridge leading up to it, it's actually kind of given away in part of it, but it looks like you can still get across it. It's just like kind of like half of it at one point has crumbled away, but you can just walk on the left side instead of the right. Make a perception check. Okay. Yeah, you don't see much. As Darden kind of starts catching up to you by just moving at a leisurely pace, you will notice a couple of the lights go off in the bastion, and that the bugbears out front have kind of drawn weapons off their back, but they don't seem to be advancing on you or anything.
Do I notice the bugbears in the castle and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Or bastion at this point.
You can make a perception check too now.
Perception.
Yeah, you don't see much.
I like how we both have decent, okay scores, but rolled crud.
Yeah. You will notice, though, actually, as you stand there longer, there's about 2 bugbears have gotten up on like the ramparts at this point. They have longbows. They could easily fire on you now, but they don't seem to be doing so. They have arrows notched. They're not pulling them back though yet. They're just sort of waiting in a ready position. They're clearly watching you though.
Clearly watching me, obviously.
Yeah, they haven't spotted Perudo, or at least you don't think they have. If they have, they're doing a very good job of acting like they haven't spotted her.
I'm actually going to use a sense motive to see if they're, pretending they didn't see me.
Okay.
Rolls a 1. No.
You've been watching them pretty carefully. None of them actually glanced over in your position yet.
So
There's no way they could have seen you. They haven't even been looking at your area. They're just
Alright.
sort of focused on Darden.
I'm going to try and circle around so he's on the other side of them from me.
Okay.
Or at least as best I can get, without a wall being in my way.
Mm-hmm. Make a stealth check
And-
then. Okay, yeah. You're able to easily kind of get down to the river, and then to avoid making some like splashing noises, you can kind of hop over a couple rocks and get to the other side. And you're kind of like braced against the side of the castle wall now, and you can kind of see them further down.
How
the
close
gate.
am I to them?
Hold on, let me check something really quickly. You're about 120 feet from them. You can kind of go around the outer bulge of this tower on the corner, but that would kind of leave you out in the open. The shape of the thing doesn't let you really stick really close to the wall.
Sorry, run that one by me again.
So
Internet
there's a
was choppy.
tower on the corner here, and in fact there's a tower on every corner of this place. And because of the curvature of it, like you wouldn't really be able to like stick close to the wall. You'd kind of have to get, let's see, it juts out from the wall by about like 15 feet, so you'd kind of be like pretty far removed from it, and they'd probably notice you if you try to get any closer.
Alright, is there like a, tree line area?
Not near the bastion. You would know from standard practice of creating a bastion, they clear out trees within like a
No,
50,
I mean like how far back is the nearest tree line?
probably about 50 feet away.
Alright, I'm gonna try heading back to the tree line.
Okay. Yeah, you retreat into the tree line nearby.
Alright, and I'm going to use my boots of levitation to get me up towards one of the upper branches of it.
Okay.
Trying to find a decently tall tree while still, hiding in it.
Alright. You've gotten yourself up into the tree.
Does
You're in
the
one-
aerial view give me any different view?
You can make a new perception check with a +4 bonus.
With a plus what?
+4 bonus.
Don't roll bad.
Alright, yeah, you got pretty good. You'll notice, so the bugbears up top have started kind of like pacing around the top of it, and from what you can tell, there's a rampart that goes all the way around the top of it. Except like there's sort of one section of it where it's like a building, so the ramparts kind of change a little bit there. You do notice that kind of off to the west side, you're on the north face of it right now, opposite side from the town. Off to the west side of it, so you're right, you can see that one of the towers is kind of crumbled away at ground level in part of it, and you would probably be able to get in through there. It's a pretty big opening. You also notice as you watch the bugbears pace around that they seem to have violet-colored eyes.
Alright, I'm going to pull out a, parchment and kind of scribble out a rough sketch of the area with what appears to be their patrol routes.
Okay.
And I'm also in the corner going to put a little V to remind me violet eyes.
Alright. That happens.
Alright, one moment here.
Since probably some time has happened at this point, can I make another perception check?
Yeah, you can.
Because I'm studying them, quote unquote, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't seem to be doing anything. Well,
You'll notice that every once in a while one of the guards at the doors kind of like props the door open a little bit and well, not props the door open, it's a portcullis. But he kind of like peers back through it and goes, and like talks to something back behind it. presumably another bugbear. Do you speak Goblin?
I speak Common and Dwarven.
Okay, yeah, you don't understand what they're saying, but
I don't
just
have
every
the
once in a while he
intelligence
seems to
to
be like
even put
informing
that.
something on what you're doing. Probably just saying, like, he's still standing there. Every once in a while, they just seem to obviously be communicating with each other about like what's going on out there and why there's a guy staring at the bastion.
What knowledge would it be for knowledge of bugbears?
That would be knowledge dungeoneering.
Sweet. I'm gonna roll a check, cause and I know nothing of bugbears.
Radavan.
This feels odd. Like I've
What
dealt
feels
with
odd?
goblins.
I can't see what's happening over there. It's too far away.
Well, I can see the bugbears. The bugbears can see me. They're not attacking.
Huh.
That's strange, because I feel like that's strange.
That
Dealt
is-
with goblin.
It is kind of strange, but bugbears, they're not as chaotic as most goblins. From what I've read about them, they tend to be motivated by causing pain to people, and I don't mean only strictly in a torture sense either. They tend to target people who would cause the most grief to other people. When bugbears kill, they're not targeting the thing that they kill; they're targeting its loved ones. So. I don't know, but also, considering how close we are to their fortress, I don't know why they wouldn't be attacking us, to be honest.
I've seen 4 of them.
In fact, actually, now that I think of it, so you said you've seen 4 of them? That's actually
And
a
they
decent
seem
amount
to
of
be-
bugbears to be in one spot. Bugbears are pretty solitary, actually.
They seem to be talking to someone else inside, so there might be a 5th one at least.
What are they doing?
Well, there's 2 up on the ramparts that I've seen that were going to try to shoot me, but didn't.
Oh, I'm also trying to make note of how many bugbears I'm seeing.
And
You've
2
seen
by the-
you've seen the ramparts seem to have gotten a 3rd one up there at this point.
Oh.
Darden can't see him from this position, but Perudo
And they
can.
seem to be talking to some inside. Or at least saying something.
So, like, how are they behaving?
Just seemed strange to me.
Hmm.
'Cause it seems like they're trying to protect the keep. Which, I'm sorry, I've dealt with goblin kind a bit, and they've usually not been, how shall I put this, protective.
Yeah, besides the chaotic fury of goblins protecting what they hold valuable and the militaristic nature of hobgoblins, that is a bit odd. In fact, bugbears I've never really heard of being very organized and militaristic. They tend to just sort of stalk, from what I've heard. So that is very odd that they would fortify a place like this, now that I think about it.
Once I think I've gotten, as much information as I can, I'm gonna head back down and
Yeah, you kind of hurry up and draw it a bit faster because you start cramming it into a scroll tube and back into your backpack because it starts kind of softly raining up here. You head back down, make a stealth check to get back over to Darden. Perudo appears next to you, without you noticing, Darden. Radovan will announce her presence, though. Ah, Perudo is back.
Oh, there you are. Did you find anything interesting? Other than these bugbears are the weirdest I've ever met? I think these are the only ones I've ever met. Do they seem strange to you?
they move the way I've seen our people move.
They move like you do, or you move like they do.
Like, that's an organized patrol up there.
Radivir? Any comments on that?
It is unusual. I suppose not entirely unheard of. Out of all the goblinoid species, bugbears are easily the smartest. So I'm sure, even though it's unusual and not typically in their motives to do so, they could see the benefit in having a patrol.
So you think they have an ally?
It might be a breeding hub for bugbears, and that would be really bad. The only time I've ever
sorry,
really
did
heard
you
of
say
multiple
breeding bug?
bugbears being in the same place for a long time has been when there's essentially a nest of them.
Wait, so you mean to tell me those ugly SOBs are in there rutting?
Hmm? What was that?
You mean to say those ugly SOBs are in there rutting?
Oh, like the Dickens.
Oh god.
Possibly. I can't be sure. I don't know that
it.
it's a hive.
So,
But it might
on a
be.
level of we probably shouldn't touch it, to
Even then, though, they don't typically post such stringent guards. They're usually more occupied with pleasures of the flesh.
I love how you both skirt around it. You can just say sex. Like, come on.
When I say pleasures of the flesh, I don't just mean sex. General debauchery, cannibalism, stuff like that. Bugbears are savage creatures.
Okay. So there's more to the picture than I thought there was.
Bugbears consider their own young delicacies, so yeah, they're not exactly simple.
Well then. Wait, what? Never mind. Better that I don't know. So, I look over. Let's group decision this. Are we saying we should, get it attack tomorrow, or what are we doing?
You guys
Well, we
made a
definitely
map,
need
Are you guys coming
to
back, or are you just talking to Perudo about it?
Oh, I'm just talking about Tigurudo.
Oh.
Just because we're here right now looking at this going, this is odd.
We definitely need to look into this more. I don't want to attack just yet.
Well, my buddy here said that the river's weird. We could go check its source.
Alright.
How do we, from where we're at, know how far around that would take?
You could follow it up the stream. From what you can tell, it's fairly small, so the source must be nearby.
Okay. Do you want to go check it out?
Alright. Let's head that way.
As you guys are following the stream, Radavan will be like, and just sort of says at one point, "Oh, there's a secret entrance to the place. Good find. What's
I'm gonna
this V?
stop at that and I'm gonna go, huh?
What's this V mean?"
Oh, he's reading your map.
The V... they all have violet eyes.
That's unsettling.
Just like the ones we saw in the village.
That's very unsettling.
Okay, I don't mean to sound like an idiot here, but... is there any kind of magic going on here? Because this doesn't look natural.
I mean, again, this river is a ley line, so it's very possible it might be affecting creatures in the area.
It could be.
I mean, it might be something we should worry about. It might just be a magical side effect. I'm not sure.
So, magic in the water could be turning everyone's eyes purple?
Or
Violet?
turning the frogs gay. Either one. I don't know if it's magic in the water per se, or just ambient leftover arcane energy. There's a lot of it here, though.
We'll see what we get to when we get to the source.
We're lucky we don't have a mage with us. Spells would probably be a lot more powerful here, but they could also go awry much more easily.
What do you
Okay,
mean
out
by
of character, I know you're talking about wild magic, because that's basically the definition of it. But in character, huh?
Well, there's actually no wild magic in Pathfinder, but basically, mages, if they were in this area, would have, amplified effects of their spells, but I would give them also a chance to have their spells, go crazy on them.
That's
I would basically... yeah, it's wild magic, but, there's no classes with wild magic or anything like that.
well, if
But
we were
anyways.
in the Underdark, I'd call it phase rest, which does a similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so do we easily find the beginning of the little stream?
Yeah, you kind of follow it off into the tree line up to the north. and it kind of rounds back around, and it actually comes all the way over, and from underneath some rocks on the west side of the bastion. So you kind of have gone to the complete opposite side of the bastion that the bridge is at, and about 20, 30 feet or so from the side of it, you haven't approached this close, but you can see over there, it's just sort of trickling out from like just a small area where like a hill has kind of fallen away to reveal just a rock face.
And it's trickling out of the rocks.
Mm-hmm. Like kind of like a natural spring.
So, we found the spot. What do you think, Radivir?
Well, this entire river has still been a ley line so far, so the fact that it circles this bastion is...
Not good?
It's clearly a very powerful place of magic.
So, is it natural, or was it set up this way?
I would have to find the nexus of the ley line to determine that. From here, all I can tell is the amount of magic that's in it.
Can you tell if the nexus is which way?
The nexus would likely be, probably inside the bastion, if I'm to be honest.
Of course it is.
Or under it.
Well, what do you two think? Powerful mages set up their way in the bastion, kills unruly adventurers.
Hang on, the one character we met in the town that didn't go to the church, what color were his eyes?
Green.
Yeah, alright, well... Hang on, the one who didn't go to the church, everyone who said we should go to the church had purple eyes.
True.
But the one guy didn't.
But we also did talk to everyone in town, though seems most of the major persons we did meet had the purple.
I did talk to
You
most
do
of the people in
realize
town
they're
about
all...
it.
Yeah, you guys have not seen a single person besides that one guy in town that did not have violet eyes.
You realize they're all humans, right? Humans don't have purple eyes that frequently.
True.
Like, I'm sorry, but I've looked into a lot of people's eyes. This is the first place I've been seeing purple.
The trick, stay. Stay. Horse follows you. Dang it.
Alright.
Anyways, so
Flashing back to the town real quick. You guys have noticed that storm clouds have started to just sort of gather up atop of the hill. Not really intense or anything. More rain clouds than storm clouds, honestly, actually. People have kind of headed inside just because it might come down and rain soon. So it's kind of empty walking around out here. Try to treat the horse, the trick, stay. Alright, yeah, you succeeded that.
Anyways, shall we head back, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you guys are on your way back right now. So, let's see. You guys are in town, and you do kind of notice that, make a perception check, actually.
Everyone or just...
Toby and Tarek.
Yikes. It's a class hill, but did I put rings in it? No.
Toby is oblivious.
Yes, Reese.
Tarek,
This is everything.
you notice that, people are just pretty much constantly watching you from inside of their houses. And, like, it's very strange. They seem like they're trying to not let you know that they're looking at you.
But they're looking at
But
you.
just, like, you just keep noticing that, like, at almost every opportunity, people are just looking at you. Like, at one point, you guys are actually kind of in, like, the common area in the middle of town. And every time somebody would go in or out of the tavern, people at the bar would be looking out of the door towards you guys. Constantly.
Like, even if they can't see us or looking in the direction of us?
Well, maybe not. They like turn towards you as soon as they have a
right.
way to see you guys. Pretty much all the time.
Do you
Not creepy at all.
You also notice the town's very quiet.
Right.
Both of them.
I'm. Toby will take out his holy symbol of Iomade, and his hand is shaking a little bit. Well, I think we should seek out another place to stand for now. I'm gonna try to find. Was his name Board?
Boar,
Boar.
as in like a wild boar,
Try to
like
find.
the one you guys ate the other day,
Right.
but not human.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find him.
All right. You kind of find him. He's making something. He's somehow gotten a hold of a hammer and a box of nails and some spare pieces of wood. He's just sort of off in somebody's yard, just kind of hammering away. He's not really making anything in particular. It kind of looks vaguely like a chair, but made out of 2x4s. It's hard to tell.
I'm just gonna go up to him and I'm gonna say, "Look, I need to be a little quick about this, but do people look at you all the time? Stare at you when you walk past them?"
Sorry, I can't remember how I did his voice.
I don't remember either.
You know, actually, they do. Funny thing that I've always assumed it was just because I was so smart. Now, are they doing it to you too? That probably confirms it.
Right. Right. I see. You need a.
The Patrick picture. That is exactly
That's
what
the
he's
first
doing.
thing that came to mind.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna tell him, "Look, I need you to stay out of sight tomorrow. Things might be a little dangerous around here."
Oh, don't worry about it. I always go over to my house whenever it's Saturday. They're all weird on Saturdays. Just trying to get me to go to church. Come to church. Come to church, boy. Come to church, boy. And they're grabbing me and trying to bring me over there. Stupid. I don't get it. Like, all the time, they're just saying we can't leave town. Then Saturday rolls around and they're fine with leaving town. I don't get it.
Where do they go?
I don't know, actually.
Point towards the direction of the bastion. Do they go that way a lot?
They head out to the west, actually.
Bastion's to the north, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know where they go after that, though.
Thank you for that.
I could try to follow them tomorrow if you wanted.
No, I will be with them. I don't want you to get into the mix of everything.
With them? You don't actually believe in that shit, do you?
No, I am a worshiper of Iomade myself, but
Oh,
I
you're
want
just
to get
about
to
as
the-
worse, then.
he takes slight offense, but ignores the statement.
Iomade is just as stupider than Xander is, I thinks.
Right. Let's just not talk about that. Let's talk more about Xander.
Alright.
Don't know exactly what this is, but I don't feel good about it. I want to get to the bottom of what this is, and I feel like these people are being tricked by whoever the father is.
It's a damn cult is what it is.
Alright, I do think you are pretty smart in saying that.
Just like all organized religion.
He ignores that again. Well, so where is your house at?
Oh, it's over there! And he points to... We're pretty sure it's somebody's back shed.
Do
I used to have a
room
better
for-
one, but then they kicked me out of it. Said I
Do you have
wasn't
room for
contributing
people?
nothing. Now I'm the town thinker. I'm sure I'll earn it back in no time. When I come up to make with the idea of making that, fuck, that I'm gonna make an idea that'll make us all rich, and then they'll build me a nice big house. Just sort of very clearly lost his grasp on what he was saying mid-sentence. and had to sort of hit the reset button.
Okay, well, just stay out of trouble, okay? And I'm
Can
gonna
do.
get on my way unless he says anything else.
He goes back to hammering. You'll notice, by the way, he's actually out of nails.
Okay. I don't say anything to him.
He's just hammering at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will stay in the city, but near the bastion, so to be with him when we come back.
Okay. You'll notice there's quite a lot of birds that sort of circle around the mountain. Not like really circling, but like there's just a lot of birds that sort of fly around there, especially considering that like rain clouds are gathering.
Okay, actually, I do want to ask him one more question. I'm gonna go back then.
Okay. He's still
I'm gonna ask
hammering.
him if he notices the clouds or the rain come every Saturday.
No.
Okay, I just leave and don't even say anything else.
To be honest, the only reason I mentioned that is just because the picture of the bastion has rain clouds in it.
Right. Yeah, I go. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for them to come back then. Toby's doesn't want to go anywhere else.
Hey, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the way. Like, it seems like everything that we've come across as far as, sentience go had the purple eyes, right?
Yep.
One thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna see if there's any kind of local wildlife, even just small game like a squirrel or something.
Okay.
If I come across one, I'm gonna shoot it, try and kill it, and I'm gonna check its eye color.
All right, make a perception check. All right, you see like a couple of birds in nearby trees. And you think you kind of hear like a snorting off in the distance too.
I'm gonna aim for one of the birds.
Okay. All right, you shoot the bird.
Do I need to roll damage?
Shoot one of 3 birds on a tree and it falls to the ground. No, it's dead.
Alright, I'm gonna go over, check its eye color.
Make a perception check. Yeah, the eye color on it's black. But, the 2 birds that it was sitting next to are still on that branch. They didn't fly away when it got shot, and they're still right now right above you, looking at you. With violet colored eyes.
They have violet colored eyes.
Yeah.
And they're staring at you.
Yep.
Just experimentally, I'm gonna shoot a bolt at the branch they're on.
They kind of like, as you shoot it, they kind of like step to the side, but they don't fly away.
I'm
What are you
gonna go
doing,
catch
friend?
up with the person or who am I with again? Which character name?
The person that just asked, "What are you doing, friend?" As I
Darden.
walked up on you.
No, character name.
Oh, Darden.
I'm gonna go up to her and I'm gonna go. Those birds have purple eyes. The one I
Also,
just
yeah.
shot doesn't.
Hmm.
Unless
You know-
birds go to
Hey,
church.
did you mention?
Take me to church.
Wait, what'd you say?
Take me to church.
Birds go to church. Did they actually say that?
No.
Could have been like,
You can go to church.
birds go.
I'm also gonna
Ah.
point up at the crossbow bolt in the branch and go, that just scared away normal birds.
As much as I hate to say it, you are actually right about something. That is excessively unusual behavior for wildlife.
Excessively.
They're watching me.
We should get
They're
back
watching
to town.
both of us.
Oh, no, you mean all
Why
three?
is Sam in this chat?
He's been here for a while.
Sam, leave. leave Sam.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna go, this place is really giving me the creeps.
Shoot down one of those birds.
Alright, I'm gonna try doing that.
Okay. This time they do actually try to fly away when you go to shoot at them, but you still do hit it.
Roll damage to kill it, or
Yeah, it's dead.
I'm gonna check this one's eye color.
Black.
That thing's eyes were purple when it was alive.
yeah.
We are
I go to
beyond
the. I talk to the
unnatural.
sword. Magic.
I mean,
We are beyond
I assume at this point,
unnatural
yeah.
by
I've
now.
never seen anything like it, though. And
Definitely need to get back to town to rescue our
I'm gonna
friend.
be honest, though. The birds aren't radiating any magic. I can see magical auras, and I'm not seeing any. Besides that ley line.
Please don't.
And I haven't noticed any from the town people either. They're not radiating magic of any kind, and if some kind of
Could it be
magic was
someone-
affecting them, they would be.
Could it be someone using their eyes to see?
That would still cause a magic radiation.
Okay, this is gonna sound like a really stupid idea, but I want to go back to that river. Your thing can do weird stuff to magic, right? Stop it from working.
I'm here, you can talk to me.
Yeah, sorry. You can stop magic from working, right?
I can, but not on that kind of scale. Plus, getting rid of a ley line, even though they make the magic near them unstable, would incredibly destabilize magic in further reaches. It would be a
I
really
want
bad
to
move.
see.
Even if I could do it.
I want to see if the ley line even reacts.
It probably won't, but it probably just won't because ley lines are such a huge well of magic.
So
I would get rid of a lot of magic and it would immediately refill. It wouldn't matter.
So it'd be like throwing a grain of sand at an ocean.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you've got to
really
imagine,
think we
this
should
ley
get
line
back to
probably
town.
provides the arcane energy for every mage north of Gordon and not outside of Kelshire. So, and the Blade Mystics are just in that town up north. So, they are a magical guild.
You should probably get back to town. These birds are showing
There are
us
more
anything.
birds gathering around you guys.
I noticed.
We're getting back to
But
town
if these
now.
birds, we need to get back to the town. They all had purple eyes. Our friends could be in danger.
Agreed.
You turn to head back to the town. Roll initiative.
Why am I suddenly getting Legend of Zelda flashbacks? Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting Legend of Zelda flashbacks.
Run, bitch, run.
I'm screwed.
Oh, yay! I rolled well.
Give me just a second.
A whole bunch of angry villagers. God damn it. Didn't want to murder a town, but evil magic's being evil. Oh,
Give me just a second. Gonna pull some characters.
oh. And on this day, we were all reminded, never split the party.
Do you have your horses with you, or did you go on foot?
I probably went on foot. Since
Nice.
we were looking it out, it's easier to spot a horse than
Yeah.
not spot a horse.
Okay. Do.
And since our cover was, yeah, we're just gonna go check some stuff. Yeah.
Just trying to get a better signal up the hill.
Yep.
My phone's not working.
Yep. Our phones. My horse is better still than me. What's that person doing riding on nothing? Wow, that horse has got really good stealth. That person's just floating there.
You see, my horse actually has class levels in Rogue.
Uh,
Do-
The worst part
So,
is
you hear a snorting kind of sound getting closer to you
no.
guys.
Not that again. Can we see what it is?
Yes, you will in just a second.
You get the token for it.
Yep,
Bear.
pretty much.
It's a bugbear. It's a bugbear. It's an owlbear. No.
It's a bear. It's a bear. And a bear, bear, and a bear, bear, bear.
Wild boar. Aw, wild boar. Does it have purple eyes?
Make a perception check. It's hard to tell from this distance.
It's the boar.
Or zzz. 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 Only 3?
Yep, 3.
Remember, Hercules boars aren't that bad.
Alright. Okay. So, let's see. What do you guys
we
get
don't
for
know what
initiatives?
the purple eye thing might
Yeah, the
be
boars go
doing to
first.
them.
So, the boars charge you after they emerge from the forests.
Lovely.
Please tell me I get saves.
They're not that tough.
You get an AC.
Alright, so 1 on
Good
Prudo. 2
That'll
on
hit.
Darden. Oh, Darden got hit. Darden didn't get crit, though.
Both of us got hit by 1.
Prudo takes 7 damage, Darden takes 10.
Great.
Alright, that will put it at Darden's turn.
Give me a
Darden,
second.
what the hell happened to your health bar?
I accidentally put underscore 10 instead of minus 10.
So
and
0.
It went to underscore 10.
You're
Darn
like,
dead.
Oh god. It's just like, oh.
I was gonna say, how do you have less health than me? I'm the one with a low constitution.
He's really just level 1.
He's really just on 1. My disguise checks have been.
He has 10 con and he rolled 1 and like 2s for all of his health.
What am I gonna do to these boars?
Wait, where's the initiative thing?
Oh, I just know what the initiative is. It goes Boar, Darden, Perudo.
Of course it does.
Not a lot of.
Yeah, not enough combatants to justify putting it together.
Remember when you would
What was I do? Oh, yeah. Greater.
What?
remember when you would type it and put it on the map somewhere?
Yes! And I remember like making actually individual text boxes for each of them so I could move them around afterwards because like people would not like figure. I couldn't just like rely on people to like list them off for me. So,
Yeah.
that's Darden's turn right now.
Give me a second. Looking at something.
Oh, by the way, at this range, you can tell their eyes are violet.
Crap.
Can I shout, hit them with the anti-magic?
You can.
Well, I'm gonna yell that.
I mean, it's up to Darden.
I mean, I'm just yelling it.
Well, I'm not hitting him with anything right now.
Are you gonna command Radovan to do anything?
I am not.
Okay. Perudo's turn.
Drop in the crossbow, drawing my short swords.
Okay.
Both
Do you
of
have
them.
quick draw?
No, I do not.
You'll take an attack of opportunity.
Alright.
You take a 5-step back.
Does that crit you?
That is my AC.
Well, you just took 20 damage. The luck on that.
This boar is just.
Is it my turn to attack now?
It is your turn to attack. Can Slayer study target at 7th level as a swift action?
Let me check.
Because if they can, you might want to do that.
What happens if he studies a target?
Bonus
Move
damage
action.
hit. Move action.
Please
Oh, but if
no
you do
die.
sneak attack damage to a target, you can do it as an immediate action.
Well, I can't exactly do sneak attack to these guys.
I mean, not right now. You do know you can do sneak attack damage to anybody you flank, right? So if this boar was right here, you would do sneak attack damage to him.
You can study as a swift action, just saying.
Not yet.
Yes, at 7th level.
Yeah, 7th
Yeah.
level. As a move
7th
or
level, I
swift
can do it as a
action.
swift?
Move or swift. It's important because sometimes you might need to take a 5-foot step, so you wouldn't have a. Or no, that's not 5-foot. That 5-foot step's not swift action. I keep forgetting that. You might need to do something that requires a swift action. So.
Goodbye, Sam.
Alright, well, can you put the board back where it belongs?
Oh,
It
I
is.
did on my screen, but it sometimes does that.
Alright, so I
Back in
am
it.
going to study the board. Well, do I have a swift action available?
Yeah, you do.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
study
standard
the board as a swift action.
And then you can stab it. You should have a +2 to hit it. And damage. Alright, that'll hit. And it will take 3 damage.
Alright, I
Ouch.
still have 2 more attacks.
No, because you had to take a move action to get out your weapons, actually.
Oh, I did? Okay,
Doesn't
well,
matter
good thing I
anyway.
didn't get the second attack then.
Alright, this one is on Noro. Wow.
These boars are just pushing Noro's poo.
9 damage. And then 2 on Darden. Wow, they're doing really well. I don't know if the 20 hits you, though.
Give me a sec. I'll check my AC. The 20 will hit me.
Okay.
Wait, let me double check. Yes, the 20 will hit me.
Alright, it'll deal 11 damage to you. And at this point, it will be Darden's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try to smack him again.
Okay.
Hit.
Let's see. Yes, definitely.
I will do my damage. D6. 11.
Alright, 14 damage.
Here's one. And I will strike again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
That'll
I
hit.
would say he's dead.
Yeah, that'll crit. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Perudo, your turn.
Do you have a great sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good old two-hander.
Right.
Alright, now I'm just going to full 3 attacks on this POS.
Alright. 1 stick into it. 2 sticks into it. 3 sticks into it. You skewered the boar 3 times at this point. Dealing 12 damage.
That's the total. Kidding me? I'm going to die before this is over.
In retrospect, I probably should have given you a bit better weapons, but Alright.
Nah, because my character wasn't meant for combat, more meant for utility. Hence the scout part.
alright, it's gonna miss Perudo on that one and hit Darden again for 5 damage. Afterwards, Darden will probably kill it.
Yeah.
Well, it would have. The other one would have been dead the first round if I wouldn't have rolled the 1.
Hit.
Is it dead?
No.
Oh, so I gotta smack it again.
That'll hit. Okay, now it's dead. So you kind of just sort of bring your sword overhand and slash down on it, and it kind of barely still stands, and you just do it again and just totally drive it into the dirt. But as you kind of like pick yourself back up from that and like kind of sling your sword back onto your shoulder, you sort of notice something that you can't quite process in time heading towards you.
Is that a bird?
It's a lot of birds.
Oh, that's not good.
So, a screeching, cawing whirlwind of buffeting wings, clawing talons, and pecking beaks attacks you.
Ugh.
They peck and claw at your eyes, dealing 6 damage to you.
Oh.
Make a reflex save.
Sorry, all I'm thinking of is Legend of Zelda, and this is why you don't attack cuckoos.
All right, you managed to kind of avert your eyes and prevent your eyes from really getting heavily damaged by this. It is Perudo's turn.
I'm guessing that's a swarm.
That'll hit? Yeah, it's a swarm. So go ahead and do damage on that, because you might kill the boar, and then you could 5-foot step over and help. Alright, yeah, you killed the boar. Well, it falls unconscious anyways.
Yeah, good enough for me. 5-foot step, and...
Continue.
Is it really safe to attack the swarm?
Yeah. You're kind of just attacking the things that are like above
Roll.
him and stuff. Not really actually the ones like on him. Yeah, that'll be a hit.
Yeah.
And a hit.
Am I rolling for sneak attack, technically?
No.
Darn.
Swarms can't be sneak attacked.
Alright, 7 damage to it.
Total? Okay.
Oh wait, I just forgot that thing. I got goggles.
Oh, you do have goggles. So yeah, you can't be blinded by them.
These birds.
Alright. It is Darden's turn.
5-foot step out of the massive swarm of bird. And I'm gonna try and hit it
Okay.
2 times.
Hit.
Another hit.
Hit.
Okay. Damage.
So yeah, you sort of run your sword through the crowd twice, just taking away tons of the birds, and the ones that are left over are too insignificant to really bother you. They might stay and try to peck at you for a little bit, but you can just sort of brush them off, and there's not much they can do about it. You can try to kill off the rest of them. If you don't, then they sort of just take to the skies and watch you.
Should have used the anti-magic to see if it had any effect on them.
I feel like I'm gonna save that for the village.
Back at the village, not much is happening. It's pretty uneventful back there. Before too long,
also-
Perudo and Darden will arrive back.
Me carrying a boar.
And I believe Toby was waiting at the edge of town for them, right?
Right.
So you'll be the first one to see them.
Oh, thank goodness you're back. I'll look at the boar. Nice, I guess.
I look at you, Nora. Should we tell him?
We should tell them, says Radovan.
It had purple eyes.
I was gonna say let's get somewhere private first, but okay. Mind you, I'm bandaging up the 4 gashes.
I don't know why we have to say anything in private. If they're gonna attack us, they're gonna attack us.
Strangely sound thinking.
Yes, that is very strange. The people here have been staring at what is his name?
The birds had purple eyes until it died.
Yeah, definitely a strange type of magic. Doesn't give an aura either.
Mm-mm. None whatsoever.
That's very strange. I learned that when they go to their church, they leave the village entirely.
You mean the people that don't ever want to leave their village actually leave their village at some point?
Exactly.
Odd.
I'm not really sure what we should do.
I feel
want to help these
we
people.
shouldn't go to their church. Because it obviously has, I pat the boar, more worshippers than just them.
Right. Well, I was thinking we could maybe just stay outside for tonight.
Tell them we're going to enjoy what me and Frodo viciously captured.
Right. I'm a little too worried to go back inside the town at this point.
Well, we have to go get, what's Reese's character's name?
Tarek.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
His name's Tarek.
We gotta go get Tarek.
And the
I'll
squire.
go get Tarek. Oh, we gotta get my squire, too. You always forget about him. I'm walking into the town at this point.
Alright, Dylan, that's a heal check to bandage myself up, basically.
Yeah.
I'll heal you.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Toby was just about to heal you anyways.
I'll do 2 lay on hands. Wow, that's a lot of ones.
There's a lot of ones.
Gets all his health back.
Should be fine
Well, well then.
He's not quite at full, but he's pretty close.
And
got healed.
I'll heal Darden once. Wow. That's like close to the 31.
Alright.
Are we able to find him?
Yeah, you're able to find Tarek. I don't know what Tarek's been up to.
He was training his horse, I thought.
Probably mass murder, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
with
You find him outside training his horse.
Do we find my squire?
Yeah, he was just hanging out with the blacksmith talking to him. You come up and he kind of shoots up to attention. Sir.
Gather the mules and wagon. We're gonna head out of town. We got ourselves... I pat the bloody beast at this point. Got ourselves a nice boar we caught today.
I love boar. Right away, sir. The blacksmith just sort of looks at you.
Would you like to join us?
Nah, I'm fine.
You sure? Could be quite delicious.
I'm good. Besides, I was planning on going over and eating at the, God, even I can't remember this fucking thing's name.
A tavern.
Yeah. Has a name, though. Hold on.
It was like the 20 something.
No, it was, give me a second. I can find it. No, I was planning on going over and eating at the Timbled Grass.
Temple grass.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I
Well,
hope
we might
you
be
well.
murder stomping things Saturday, so don't make plans.
So yeah, you guys all can get out of town. What side of town are you on? West, north, east, south?
Um, I want to go north, but if someone wants something else, they're more than
North's
welcome
fun.
to listen. Um,
Put us between the town and the bastion.
right.
Would you like my input? Says the sword.
Sure.
Boar said that the townsfolk leave to the west on Saturday mornings, correct?
Correct.
If we camp out west, then we can see where they're going. That would allow us to certainly see possibly the general direction of where their church is.
All right. Well, I'm just scared that they'll stumble upon us. Like we don't know what time they leave. They could leave at like 4 in the morning.
That's true.
I just think we could keep a watch, and then once they start leaving, we'll follow behind them.
That's a good idea. You're not as stupid as you look, Toby.
He's embarrassed again. Doesn't respond to him.
Don't worry. He thinks everyone looks stupid.
I know he does.
Alright, so who's on what watch?
I'm gonna first just make a fortitude save because my character will not sleep tonight. But if he fails the fortitude save, then he will fall asleep.
I call third.
I fail. So whatever watch I get, I will be awake for, but I will be asleep the rest of the time. I'll probably just take the first one then.
Okay. Make a perception check. I feel like you're being watched.
No.
He's going to put that off of him being paranoid and not think much of it.
Alright, who's on second watch?
I wouldn't. I'll take second. I think Noro's character could probably take third, since that's going to be the one that's going to wake up everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for Darden.
Not underscore. Zones.
You can see out in the forest and plains at night occasionally a set of purple eyes of different varying shapes and sizes occasionally throughout the night are peering at you out of the darkness. Whenever you look at them, they'll close and move somewhere else. It seems like you're almost surrounded.
Well, that's not an easy feeling to deal with. I keep company by talking to the sword. They're watching
The sword
us.
goes on a long tangent about some kind of history of some far-off country, and he's talking about how interesting it is based on, he thinks that they took an interesting route as a civilization despite their cultural views on magic and on militarism. It's hard to follow.
Well, at least I have you to keep me company. Alright, I'll wake the last two up for their shift.
Alright, third watch. Make a perception check. Perudo. No,
Sorry, one moment. I was just
Okay.
trying to find it on my sheet.
Alright, just making sure you heard us is all. Alright,
We're being watched by the birds.
you do feel like you're being watched. Roll initiative.
Great.
Hey, that's my best roll for initiative yet today.
Maybe you won't. Oh, do we get our health for sleeping?
Yes. Oh. You're gonna have a good reaction. Perudo, despite the fact that you didn't detect them at first, you hear the sound of a branch snap behind you, and jump into action. That's where we live off for tonight.
Seriously?
Yep.
You're gonna have us roll initiative and then call the session?
Yep.
You are the definition of chaotic evil. Do you know that?
I feel attacked. Wow.
Excuse me, I'm triggered.
But it's so early.
I mean, I suppose we could keep going if we wanted to.
Nah. If you want to call it here.
No, we can keep going, actually.
Alright.
Yeah.
Give me a second to set up a board, though.
Are spells recovered from the night before or no?
Yes.
Sweet.
Wait a second, gotta grab the others.
Definitely changing my spell.
I gotta look up something real quick. Equipment.
I was thinking it was later than it was.
Well,
I mean, I don't exactly have to work tomorrow, so I'm good.
I don't have to work till 2, which is nice.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Hey.
Just for reference, though, the first thing I'm doing when I hear that branch snap is I'm drawing my short swords.
You're out of armor. Here we go.
Actually, no, I'm gonna draw the short sword and the dagger. The magic short sword and my magic dagger.
Okay.
Oof. Ugh. Okay then. I guess I just won't have it for this combat.
How about it?
Don't worry about it. It's my problem, not yours. One does not simply sleep in armor.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Even hastily
I
Dawn.
didn't take the spell. Where
In
I
my
just-
case, I put the armor on as soon as my shift began.
Correct.
Right.
1 minute's 10 rounds. Even my armor that I have, which is breastplate, even hastily donned, is 10 rounds.
What is the penalty for sleeping in your armor?
I think you get.
Is it like fatigue or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fatigued the whole next
Because
day.
honestly, like, Kobe's so paranoid. I assume he probably would just sleep with his armor on and take the penalty.
Yeah, but he's also a pretty well-trained knight and knows that that's a really bad thing to do.
That's true.
What, sleep in my armor?
Yeah, it actually is probably a really bad thing for you to do. Like, even if it helps you with an ambush, like,
Yeah.
it can hurt you so
I'll have him
much.
take it off. But I rolled a fortitude save because he was trying to stay awake the entire night. But I'm just gonna say.
Oh, yeah, actually, in that case, I would say he probably would have his armor on if he was trying to stay awake the whole night.
Right. I do want to find this penalty though because I know it is bad, and I will take. The
Either
penalty.
way, you would get a fatigue condition, so.
Right.
Which I think it's just -2 to most of your stuff.
My solution to that is coffee.
Glossary.
Dylan, how many turns does it take to brew a cup of coffee, would you say?
Well, it takes... I mean, it depends on the kind of press that you have.
With the technology we have available right now.
Oh, man, that'd be a while.
Yeah. Coffee wouldn't even be ready before we were dead. Alright, give me a second. Fear, invisibility.
Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna say I have no armor because it's more fun if I take every hit.
Fatigued. Fatigued character can neither run nor charge and takes a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity.
Right. Yeah, that's not really that bad.
Doing
So,
well, my character is super into charging into combat and stuff, so
true. That'd be bad for you.
doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes the fatigued character to become exhausted. After 8 hours of complete rest, fatigued characters are no longer fatigued. And exhausted, an exhausted character moves at half speed, cannot run or charge, and takes a -6 penalty to strength and dexterity. After 1 hour of complete rest, an exhausted character becomes fatigued. Fatigued character becomes exhausted by doing something that would normally cause fatigue.
Dylan,
Yep.
where I heard the branch snap, about where is that?
Pretty much directly behind you.
Like, I'm not about how far away, too. Like, just ping the tile it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just 2 tiles behind you.
You will come to church. Ah, dang it, not the villagers.
Alright, can I have my Thunderstone token, please?
No.
Give me a second.
Ma. Ma.
Paladins at level 3 can just get rid of fatigue. That seems broken.
There is a feat that you can take that makes it so you can sleep in your armor. I know because I had a dwarf who had that.
Right, yeah.
There's
also
also
a spell.
some classes that can get it as well.
Rangers get it by default.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now, I think the feat only does light and medium. So if you have heavy armor, it's still your SOL.
Right.
But give me a second. Starts with an E. Oh,
Oh.
Eh. I can't move it because of the fire.
Maybe
but
just
just
go
gonna
with an
leave
E.
it there. Alright. So, initiative, let's see. So, Noro's initiative was 22. Oh, I opened the wrong thing. And then Darden. And then Toby. What did Reese get?
I don't think he rolled.
Reese, did you roll for initiative? Okay, Tarek's gonna go.
Oh, bugbears are out and about.
And let's see. Oof. These ones are gonna go right after Perudo. So Perudo, you wheel around to see a small group of towering orange creatures behind you. They each have long ears like that of a goblin and fangs. They're hulking creatures, much bigger than you are, but not quite large-sized.
Oh wow, endurance does so
And
much.
out of the darkness peer their beady, purple eyes.
Guys, I think we're fighting gnolls. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Wow, endurance does so much.
Alright, my first response is I'm going to need my Thunderstone token, please and thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, Noro's on the fire.
Let's see. You can use...
Wait, is Noro on the fire?
Aw. No.
Why is Noro? Oh wait, why is Noro now surrounded by bugbears?
Oh, they didn't switch back for you, did they?
Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. There we go. Ooh,
Am I using the dwarf?
You are using the dwarf.
Okay, as long as he's got a 10-foot aura.
Is that John's character?
Mm-hmm. It was the one that killed the Lich King. Like throwing his sword at him.
Right there is where I'm going to place it.
Alright. So they're all gonna make fortitude saves, right?
Yep, and the bang should be enough to wake the rest of our sleeping party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Congratulations, everyone. You get woken up by a
What's the DC?
thunderclap. 15.
Okay. This one here in the back didn't make it.
Yeah. It's more of A, it wakes up the party. B, if it deafens one of them and weakens them, please.
I definitely back away from them.
Anything else on your turn?
Yes. I'm going to move about here and try and stealth behind a horse. Here and try and stealth.
You can try, yeah.
Bang! Ah!
Let's see what the perception
Looks around, all the
is.
horses with purple eyes and are staring at you. Dang it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do the horses have purple eyes?
What? No, the horses do not.
Okay.
They better not.
Several of them notice you. I know that only one of them got above, but you were taking a penalty on it because they kind of just saw you run over there. Most of them know where you're at. There's a couple of them that have lost track of you, though.
What in blazes? Ah.
They know that you're generally over by the horse, though.
Which, again, it's more of a case of if I move from there, will they still trying to get them to think I'm still over by the horses?
Hmm.
So it's not so much going there to completely hide from. Now they don't know where I am. It's try and get them to keep thinking I'm over here while I move elsewhere. Which I still have some movement speed, actually.
This bugbear's gonna move over here. And, let's see. You are a human, correct?
Oh, no, I don't. Never mind, I miscounted. I thought I still had another 5 feet.
You are a human, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, that's one higher. Does a 19 hit you?
No.
Okay. This one's gonna... this one has his sword drawn, and he's going to... You guys have woken up, but he's gonna move over here to try to stab at Toby. Or actually, he's gonna go for Darden, since Darden doesn't have any armor on. And he slashes at you with a scimitar. It's 9 plus 2 for human plus
Roll low,
4.
roll low. Yeah, that hit me anyways.
Yeah.
Easiest way to wake up the party? Deafen a couple enemies.
He does 8 damage to you. Or actually, sorry, 10 damage.
Make up your mind. 8 or 10?
10.
11. Oh.
Alright, it is Darden's turn. You have awoken to a large thunderous noise and then immediately been stabbed in the chest.
Mother! I'm gonna be smacking him.
Okay. Are you gonna get up first?
I don't know. I might just take the minus. What would it be to get up?
Either just a move action and taking an attack of opportunity, a full round action to not take an attack of opportunity, or attempting an acrobatics check in a move action to not take an attack of opportunity.
I'll just do the move. I'm pissed.
Okay. He gets an attack of opportunity on you. This time he doesn't have as much chance to hit because you're not prone anymore. Will that hit?
Give me a second. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Most of my AC is coming from that armor that is currently not on me.
Yeah. He's gonna do 9 more damage to you.
Oh, I'm gonna strike him back.
Okay. stabbed in the chest, and then you get slashed in your back on the way up. But crouching up, you kind of draw your sword as part of your motion upwards and hit him with a powerful backswing. Roll damage.
Na, 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 na.
Must not have been that powerful of a backswing. All the same, you hit him.
Not that powerful. That's 13 damage is 13 damage.
13 damage is 13 damage. But you've certainly done better. Tarek, it is your turn.
Definitely.
Your camp is being attacked. Alright? You get up and you rush over to Snapdragon and get up into his saddle. Make a handle animal check. Alright, despite the fact that it's only just been roused from its sleep, you are able to get Snapdragon to obey to your whims.
Ooh, whims.
What do you do? Okay.
Thanks.
I'm assuming a lance charge. Alright, go ahead and roll. Alright, Tarek. You spring into action, grabbing your lance off the ground as you dart over to Snapdragon. You deftly slide off over to the saddle, slap him on the neck, get him to wake up entirely, and charge over to the nearby bugbear to aid your friend Darden. Deftly strike the bugbear. Roll damage. Well, you've had better hits before in your life. You do manage to down the bugbear. Alright. Toby, it is your turn.
I'm
Purple eyes everywhere.
Bardic performance.
Okay.
Inspire courage plus 2 hidden damage, and I'm gonna charge at this one. Well, I guess I can't actually charge, but I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. Also, just really as a really quick aside, I know it gets rid of your Smite Evil, but honestly, I think that this archetype is awesome.
I know.
I think it's
Seriously,
probably
like,
better than Smite Evil, to be honest.
You get the Bardic performances like not as soon as the actual Bard does. You don't get.
That's
them all.
true.
Like Inspire Courage is like
It's the
only
important
good
one.
All right.
And you still use the Inspire Courage as though you were the same Bard level, right?
No, I don't think so.
Do you not?
Well, Inspire Courage I do just because I get it at first level, but like Inspire Competence I get at a later level than the Bards get it.
Well, yeah,
so.
but like you're still counted as a 7th level Bard for the purposes of it.
I'm not sure. I'm not counting myself as one, but maybe I should be.
Oh, well, I think you do for those. You just get them at a
Oh.
later level is all.
Um,
I'm not sure. Anyways, that'll definitely hit.
those 2 attack.
Well, you only have 1 attack right now.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
First one definitely hits.
9. And Delilah's gonna attack this one.
Okay. Delilah beats up on a deaf bugbear. Hitting. And yeah, hitting.
I'm just gonna roll the damage together.
Okay.
Myrtle stomps a bugbear. Yay! Myrtle stomps a bugbear.
Delilah just absolutely bashes this bugbear into the dirt. Just completely tramples him.
Okay.
It is the bugbear's turns. Let's see now.
Oh, you didn't have enough fun there.
Against Toby. Oop. Does that confirm?
Wait, so I do have my armor on, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay,
no.
then it does not confirm.
That's also against Toby, and this is against Darden.
That'll hit.
Okay.
I'm just pretty much gonna be taking all this damage
They
because
smack you with their morning stars. You're distracted by one that attacks you from the back, so much that you get bashed right in the side of the head by the one in front of you for 4 damage. And then Darden, as you're telling Tarek thanks for helping you out, you get hit another time. This time in the back of the knee by a morning star.
Oh, come on! 11.
Perudo, it is your turn.
Alright, how many bugbears have actually kept track of my current location?
You know that this one up here definitely knows where you are because it's shooting at you.
Okay.
You should probably kill it.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to open by throwing my dagger at him.
Okay.
Am I getting any buffs from the party?
+2 to hit and damage.
I'm going to take a swift action to study him first, then I'm going to throw at him, so that's what, total +4?
Mm-hmm.
Does that hit?
That'll hit.
No.
Hi, kitty.
Oh, look. Max damage.
I'm just gonna move him down here just to show that. It's up
Slumber. The slumber. Oh no, that's only if it's a sneak attack, right?
Yeah, they have to be unaware of your presence. Not just a sneak attack, they actually have to not know you're there.
Okay.
So all of these guys, even if they don't know where you're currently at, they're aware that you're present nearby.
Alright. So, that's one of my attacks. I've still got my short sword in my main hand. Can I move up and attack at least one more time?
You can actually keep attacking with that dagger. Because remember, it returns really quickly.
Oh, so I can just throw it all 3 times?
Yep.
Well, I'm not dual wielding the dagger, so only twice, but still.
Why do you only have +1 to damage on it?
I have -1 from strength.
Yeah, but it's magical. And then, is it a +2 dagger? I forget.
It's a +1 dagger.
So that should mean that your
that
damage
should
is
have been
D4.
6 damage then.
Well, but it should actually be 3 higher.
Oh, so I'm getting
Magical
+2 to
aura.
attack and damage from
From
party,
Max and
+2
from
from
yourself.
study.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a total of +5 -1. So yeah, so I should be at 1d4 +4. So yeah, it should have been 8 damage. Okay.
Okay, and you have 2 more attacks that you can make.
Nope, just one. I'm not dual wielding one dagger, am I?
You can.
What?
It returns to you, so you can have it returned to your other hand.
Mm-hmm.
That feels a little overpowered, but okay.
All you guys have like one pretty overpowered item. Darden's sword is fucking crazy.
Mine's my armor. Just joking, it's my sword. It's definitely my sword.
2 of the party members have gloves.
So I just did max damage twice in a row.
Alright. Two daggers jab into its chest almost right after each other, but disappearing right after they hit in.
There's my third one.
And the third one also plunges into his stomach, dealing 5
minimum
damage.
damage.
Alright. He's pissed.
I'd imagine so.
Give me a second to...
Hey, what's the...
Does 26 hit Perudo?
Yeah.
Alright. Plus, let's see.
Well, actually, if I'm hiding behind a horse, do I have cover at all?
No, you're kind of like underneath it.
Fair enough.
He shoots you in one of your legs, dealing 11 points of damage to you.
How much?
11. Darden's turn after that.
That's how we're gonna play it. That hit.
Yep.
Damages. Still alive or no?
Yeah, he's right there.
Ah. Fine.
That'll hit, and he's down. Anything else on your turn?
All I'd have left is Swift at this point, so no.
Tarek's turn.
Good move.
Alright. Tarek charges again to the aid of his ally. You are not going to hit that, unfortunately. Unless you forgot any modifiers. He's giving you a +2 to hit and damage.
Oh, I didn't take that into consideration either. Dang it.
+2 to hit and damage, so yes.
Remembering all your charge bonuses and stuff like that. Anyways, so 15, unfortunately you do not hit the bugbear.
Oh, he is typing.
Alright, it is Toby's turn.
I'm gonna attack this boy, the injured one.
Alright.
I'm gonna power attack. Does hit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 12 and 13.
Okay, the first one downs. That
Okay,
one.
then can I do the second attack on him then?
Yep. And then you... so you swing in from the right and slash this bugbear across the chest, causing him to drop, and then backswing all the way to this bugbear.
Delilah's gonna power attack.
Ruffle
Completely
stomp the other
annihilate.
one.
Yes, Delilah. No! Okay.
Okay.
Just one.
11, 22, and a 6.
Yes.
Oh, God. She just sort of turns around and just kicks him square in the head.
Yeah. So, Delilah carries.
People actually having their mount still carry at level 7. What class are you, by the way?
Paladin.
So that's your bonded
Yeah,
thing.
Right, I didn't pick my sword as my bonded item.
This is 22
Oh,
hit Toby.
don't you have the ability to where if your horse isn't anywhere nearby, you could just call it and it's like, woo wee, here
Yep.
I'm at.
Yes.
Beautiful. Lastwall.
Does the 22 hit Toby?
Oh yeah, it does.
All right.
No, it doesn't actually. Sorry.
Okay, never mind.
I forgot. I got the.
It is Perudo's turn.
More of the same?
Alright. Throwing a dagger at the one bugbear who notices me.
Okay.
As the others are dead or engaged in combat with other people.
Does that hit?
Yep.
Nope.
All right, 5 damage. That'll hit. All right. Throw the first one into his leg, causing him to drop to his knee, and then the second one right into his throat.
Alright, and then my third one, I'm going to... Can I move and throw it at that one?
Nah, you're not. You don't really have any. You'd be taking a -4 penalty plus range penalty plus cover penalty. It's not really. You probably wouldn't be hitting it. There's too much stuff in the way.
Alright, in that case, I'm just going to step out to make sure if the horse gets spooked, I don't get trampled.
Yeah, don't worry.
And just in case he
Delilah.
needs backup, so I'm going to be moving in a bit closer.
Oh, you can't move further than that. You can only move the 5 feet because you made 2 attacks.
Oh, right. Okay, well, there I am.
Well, it's Darden's turn. I mean, this guy's gonna get... Unless anybody wants to do anything special, this guy's gonna get destroyed before his next turn.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna bull rush him.
Alright.
Just because I want to do this. I haven't been able to. My person would be royally PO'd at this point.
Go for it.
Brace.
Right.
Max, do you remember Big
Roll
Mouth,
well.
the mute bugbear monk?
Aw,
Who?
I
Big
bull
Mouth?
rush him.
The big mute bugbear monk?
I kind of do.
And you do not succeed at bull rushing him.
Sad.
He was that bugbear monk that you guys found that beat the shit out of General Tiny.
Oh yeah.
Made him all mad because he thought General Tiny was the shit. He's like, I'm invincible! And then he just got beat the shit out of by a guy with no weapons.
John always thinks he's invincible, and then every time one-on-one combat, he can't.
Alright, yeah, so this guy would get killed, presumably. Unless everybody just wants to toy with him.
No.
Alright. So, you defeated the ambush.
Now here's the army.
Dawn is starting to arise, and the sky is starting to brighten up.
That's a heal check for injury.
You do not manage to do anything, really.
Darn.
Nobody's bleeding besides bugbears, so unless you wanted to stop the bugbears from bleeding out.
I mean,
No, it was for me to heal myself.
I'm gonna kill them all, then channel energy.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah,
everybody
I'll
in the
just
party
make
will
sure
heal
they're finished
17.
off as well.
And that is where we will leave off for tonight.
Thank you. Please don't leave off right after roll initiative.
I thought it'd be a fun cliffhanger, but I actually did kind of want to do the combat after I did that. Anyways.
Me talking, mumbling to the sword. So these are bugbears. Yup.
Yep, they're bugbears. Orangish yellow. See right there. They had purple eyes though. Not normal for bugbears.
Do they no longer have purple
What
eyes?
will happen next time? Will Darden and Radavir finally get to kill some magic? Will Tarek keep charging things? Will
Perudo
Toby
actually
ever
hurts?
find out why he's being watched by Purple? And finally, what will Perudo do about that severed penis in her bag? All these answers will be answered, and all these questions will be answered and more on the next session of The Order of Lastwall.
Taxidermy. That's my only response.